Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to create social media women conference poster. So if you need the exercise file for this tutorial, simply make use of the link in the description section of this video. So sit back, relax, and keep watching. Because this is going to be posted on Instagram, I'm going to make it 72 and I'm going to leave every other settings the way they are and click the create button. And then I'm going to drag my character's image in here. I'll select the background layer, hold down Alt and click on the new layer icon and call this BG. Alright, then I'm going to select the OK button. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to the color picker here, which is my foreground color picker, and I'm going to sample a color from here, and I'm going to move this up like so because I want to have lighter value. And I'm going to select the OK button. Now I'm going to apply color to the BG pink layer with the shortcut. But if you want to get this, I crop this flower out from this side of my character. So I'm going to position this here. I need to even scale it down a bit and hit the enter key. All right. So I'm going to make the blur strength 10. All right. And I'm going to select the OK button. All right. Then close this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to position this here and make the opacity 33 because it's the blurred flower is taking more attention. So I'm going to reduce the opacity to 33. Then I'm going to make a copy of this, and this should be here. And then this should be here, like so. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do now is to add depth to the face of my character because I really want to create what I call unity here because the color on the face of my subject here is a bit different from my background. Now, it's not always compulsory you do this when working on a project like this, but the part of why I believe this is good is because there's this feel you always give to there's this feel it's going to give to your design project. Okay, so I'm going to activate my blend mode here to soft light. All right, then I'm going to make sure that I'm on the thumbnail of the gradient map and not on the thumbnail of the layer mask. Okay, so I'm going to click on the thumbnail now and I'll go straight to the gradient editor here and change this to white from the rows here. Now notice what's so if I click now, see we have this pink feel on the face of our subject, which is exactly what I'm looking for here. So we can even make this more more interesting by just adjusting the saturation like so, and I'm gonna select the OK button. And I'm going to select the OK button. Now, my layer panel here is looking busy, so I'm going to put everything here in a group. Hold on Alt and place my mouse in between the freestyle layer and the title and click. All right, and I'm gonna move this. All right, then I'll create a new layer again and just call this. Let's just call it shadow. And hit the enter key, and I'm gonna hold down Alt and click again to put that to clip that inside the title. and I'm going to come here and choose red here and just make this darker like so, and hit the OK button. Then I'll select the brush tool, just gently apply the brush here like so. All right. Yeah, so then I'm going to activate hue saturation and click on the clip button here. I'm gonna add more saturation to this because I really want to have that, you know, pinkish bluish effect on the project. So I'm gonna move this down. All right, then I'm gonna add my light effect here and hit the enter key. Then this should be in between the hue saturation adjustment and the shadow layer. Then I'm going to change this to screen, and I'm going to move this somewhere here, or let's just activate the free transform on it, and then just going to move this here just to create that simple light effect over there. Now this is okay. All right, then I'm going to add a light effect again. So I'm going to select the brush tool, and then I'm going to just change the color of my foreground here to this pink, light pink color here, and I'm just going to click once and make this a bit bigger so as to just create that light effect on it. So this is okay. All right, then I'm going to add the rider. Right, I'll copy that and just paste that here. Right, this should be here. Okay, then I'll pick a color from here and just make it darker. Like so, and this should be here. You know what, I'm gonna make this a bit bigger and change it to cap. Okay, and I'm gonna move it somewhere here, and I can even make this smaller. All right, so the font I'm using here is Mostrat, so I'll make my tracking 60. All right, then this should be here like so. Okay, then I'm gonna add the dates, so I'll copy the dates here now. All right, then paste it. Oops. And I'll paste that here, and I'm gonna change the color of this to this, and just make it darker a bit, and hit the OK button. This is clipped inside the title, so we need to drag it out. So when you're doing this, make sure you are not inside the clip layers. All right. So I'm gonna drag this out now, and this should be here. All right, then I'm gonna move this here because it's always good to make sure your content are well aligned. So I'm gonna change my font here to Mostrat. So Mostrat. Use the bold option here, and this should be here. So then I'm going to copy the venue, and I'll make a copy of this. This should be here. I'm going to make the tickets for tickets visit to the regular, and I'm going to make that again. I'm going to make it smaller. So then I'll shift select the layers and just move this out a bit, and then we need to add the time. So I'm going to make the time be in a circle like so, and this circle should now have a color from, well, let's just pick from here. All right, then I'll make this a bit darker. So okay, and I'm going to select the OK button, and this should be here. All right, so I'm going to move this here. So we need to now put the time. Time should be 10 a.m. and we're still going to use the same font, which is Mostrat. All right, but this time I'm going to use the light Mostrat style because I have too many bold style here already. So having the time and the bold type is not going to make it look nice. So I'm going to put that there like so. Then for the name of my character here, I'm just going to use the same font I used for the title for the name, but I'm going to pick a color from the dates, and let's change that to the same font we used for the title, and this should be here like so. So make that a bit bigger. Yeah. But make sure this align with this. Alright, so I'm gonna move this up here like so. And this should be here. Alright, then put the host text. Paste in here. Use Mostrat. So we're gonna use the regular Mostrat here. So this should be here. It's this right now. For my title here, I'm gonna put everything here in a group, right? We need to put this in a group, all right? So I'm going to shift select the layers and hit Ctrl G and call this bottom in. Then I'm going to select the text now and change this to cap like so, and I'm going to reduce the size of my fonts here, and then I'm going to add tracking to this. All right, select the move tool, and then I'm going to copy the year here and change this to a vertical, adjust the tracking, and then close the tracking here. No, the leading. I'm going to adjust the leading, and I'm going to close the tracking. Right, so I'm going to change. Yeah, so let's see if I use black extended. Yeah, that's good. Then I'm going to move this here and just make this bigger like so. Right, then here. And I'm going to put everything here in a group. So I'll just select everything and hit Ctrl G and call this speakers. Select the clip icon because the colors on my subject is different from each other. So I'm going to reduce the saturation of the colors like so. And I'll go to the backup group folder here and make a copy of this, my gradient here, and position it above the hue saturation. We're going to close this, hide this. Now, I only want this to affect the layer of the speakers. So I'm going to click on the clip icon. Now you see we only have this on the face of speakers here, all right? Then I'm going to add the names of the speakers now. So I'll start with the first person here and I'm going to paste that. I'm going to use Monstrats again. So let's use bold and turn off cap. And I'm going to activate the filters from this, make this smaller. This here. Make a copy of this. Select this. Put a profile. Right? Then pick a color here. Right? This should be regular. I'm gonna make it small, right? Yeah, make a copy of it again. What I'm gonna do again is to add noise. So I'm gonna hold out Alt and create a new layer. Hold it. Okay, and change my blend mode to soft light and check the fill with soft light network for 50% the option and select the OK button. Then I'll go to filter now. I'll go to blur and say, noise, sorry, and say add noise. And I'm going to make my amount, let's say 10 is fine. All right, I can even reduce the opacity so as to just make it look more interesting. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm sure you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Share, like, and comment on this video. And if you're able to achieve this project, simply post it on your Instagram page and remember to tag me. My Instagram handle is at Ceasar Graphix. I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.